I'm Mary, a librarian turned book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about this picture book called I'm Not Very Good at It by Daryl Gregory. This is the story of a little girl who is unnamed in the story, and she has a very noisy brain. Her brain is often telling her that she can do things that her mom is asking her, but she's not very good at it. So her mother asks her to help write a card for her grandmother. Okay, Mom, but I'm not very good at it. Now, as this goes on, her mom becomes a little bit frustrated because this little girl really is capable of doing a lot of things, but her noisy brain is getting in the way. So her mother gives her some strategies to try, maybe to listen to other body parts instead of her brain all the time. So, anyone who has a small child is going to recognize this behavior, and any small child is going to recognize these noisy brain thoughts. Even grown-ups have them too, right? So, this is a great book for parents and caregivers to share with their children to learn strategies that they can use together. So, what I really like about this book is that there's a lot of parallel structure, so it's good for littles because on every page you can kind of predict what's going to happen. But also the text is written in a very fun way. So instead of it just being one font, there's several fonts, several sizes. The text kind of moves around, so there's some visual intrigue there for young readers in addition to the illustrations. So there is one page that doesn't have any illustrations at all. This is kind of the turning point in the book. But again, because of the variance in the appearance of the text, that helps young readers stay focused and entertained even without a really clear illustration. The illustrations themselves, so they focus on this girl who's depicted with light skin and dark hair. But this story really pertains to any child who's got a noisy brain. So, I even found myself finding some strategies in here like, oh, let me listen to my heart or my toes a little bit every once in a while instead of my noisy brain too. So, in each of the illustrations, you see the facial expression of the little girl as she's kind of trying things, right? So she's very intent on this activity. Sometimes she's really sad. Sometimes she's happy. When she kind of embraces the idea of thinking about something that's not her brain, she becomes a lot happier and a lot more fulfilled with what she herself is able to do. So her self-confidence improves along the way. So this is a great story for anyone who has ever had a noisy brain, but especially for those littles who are really starting to realize that their brains are telling them things and that they have control over whether or not to listen to it. So if this sounds like a great read for you, make sure you check it out at your favorite bookstore.